What's up, guys? This video I want to keep short and concise just because we all have short attention spans. I think it's just easier if the videos are short, get straight to the point. And secondly, Jack Ryan season 2 just came out, so definitely gonna check that out after this. But anyways, hope you guys had a good week, good weekend, good last couple weeks. This video is going to be a little different, so we're going to be using the fib extension tool to basically look at, from this previous run right here, taking it from the low here to the high, and then marking fib levels that we saw once we broke these highs, once we broke these previous highs in 2013, before we started this most recent bull run. Where were the support and resistance lines based off this high and this low? So we're applying the same thing to the most recent low and the most recent high to get new fib levels to show us, to really show us these key resistant levels in the future once we surpass that 20,000 barrier. So I thought this video would be kind of cool. I think it will be very useful for a lot of people so they can kind of see where they can expect to see sell-offs in Bitcoin. So if you're a long-term hodler and you have this huge price target, you don't really want to be caught off guard when Bitcoin goes from 20,000 to 50,000, then it sells to 30,000 next day. You panic sell, or you think that it's gonna go down, and then maybe it goes from 30,000 to 80,000, and you miss that whole move, and you only had $10,000 to show for it, right? So just because you're bullish on something, if you don't look at entry and exit points, you might lose out on all your gains, right? So you really got to know how to time the market and know when to get in, when to get out, right? So basically, when we use that fib tool, we saw that this black line represents that first retracement from that 2010 low to that 2013 high right here at 1100. And we saw that once we passed this $1,100 level, we saw the price of Bitcoin go all the way to this 2.618 level. And then we saw a pullback to that 1.618 level. And these pullbacks were almost perfect, right? And then we saw that jump to that, we just saw a bunch of green candles all the way to this 4.236 level. And then we saw a pullback right to that 2.618 level. So just looking at the previous bull run and where those support and resistance lines were, we do know already that this 2.618 level should be very important in the future. And this 2.618 level in the future is at $51,000. Alright, so just keep that number in mind, that $51,000 level, because we saw this 2.618 level act as resistance. Then it became support right here. And even at the at the bottom of this bear market, well, at least we hope it's the bottom of the bear market, it went pretty damn close back to this 2.618 level. So could it have gone there? Yeah, maybe some exchanges did, but we've seen that this 2.618 level is very relevant, and in the future that's going to be at 50,000. So definitely want to keep that in mind. And then this 4.236 level, it was a massive point of resistance, and we see that it held as support after this next run. So there may be a lot of significance right there as well, and that level is at 83,000, right? And then this 10 Fibonacci level, this is right at $11,500, which was actually a huge point of support and resistance, and not only this last bull market, but this current one as well, right? So we know that at the end of this previous run, we saw a pull down all the way, almost back to that 4.236 level. And a lot of people, we're seeing these pullbacks here, and then we saw one last pullback there, and then we saw a failed attempt. Couldn't break that 10 fib level, and that was kind of the end of the bull market, right? And that 10 fib level, where does it sit now? That sits at $200,000, guys. So just let that sink in, that, just based off the past, the future for Bitcoin, how high this thing can go. I know there's a lot of people who say 50,000, they say a million, but data is data, all right? And based off, the past movements of Bitcoin, we can expect to see $31,000, $51,000, $83,000. We could even see 200,000. And this 17 fib level, this was the top of that bull market. That's at 332,000. So if Bitcoin does anything like it did in the past, which I'm not suggesting it will, the past doesn't repeat itself, but it does rhyme. I really like that quote, because I think it really resonates with a lot of facets of history. History never repeats itself, but there are a lot of parallels and similarities, and we've seen that throughout history, throughout mankind. As humans, we move in patterns that, although they may not seem predictable, they are very predictable, okay? And just like anything else, Bitcoin price, gold price, stock market price, they all move in cycles. They all have their own trends that they follow, right? So just let that sink in, that if we were to see anything like we saw at that last run, pause the video whenever you have to. Now would be a good time. I'll just leave it right there so you can kind of look at this price action and the way it moved, okay? And if we see the same thing happen here, after we pass the 17, which is also the one for this new run, if we saw anything like the past, we would, if Bitcoin moved the exact same way as it did in 2017, we would see it blow past this, this $30,000 level, hit 50,000, all right? So is it possible we hit it right there? I don't know, but whenever we may hit it, we should expect to see heavy resistance here, and we should see a pullback. I would expect to see a pullback most definitely at 51,000. Can we go to this 1.618 level and get a pullback? Absolutely, but in the past we blew past it. As a trader, we're going to really be monitoring that area, but we're going to definitely want to at least temporarily scale out the portions of our Bitcoin right here at 51,000, and we're going to look for a lower entry point, which may be, at that 1.618 level, or it could be, we could retrace back here before seeing that next run to that 4.236 level, and I think we will see that, and we'll see another rejection there, and then we could go back to that $51,000 level because it did act as support, and then maybe we can make that run to 10, and maybe we'll make that run to that 17 fib level, which is at $332,000. Alright, so let that sink in. Based off the past, if we were emulating the past exactly as it was, Bitcoin should hit 330,000. So can we hit it? I think that's very possible. I don't think it's the craziest thing anyone's ever said before. So we'll just have to see when we get there, right? But another thing that I thought was kind of cool, I don't know if there's really any relevance here, but hey, you know, patterns are patterns. So between, you know, this high right here hitting this upper boundary, that was in, you know, it was really in Q4 of 2013. It was in November 2013. Now, going to that next high in December 2017, that's exactly 4 years from here. All right, that's 4 years. Right now, 4 years into the future, if we stay within this channel and we do the exact same thing, where are we going to end up? What the fuck? So where are we going to end up? Excuse my language. So 4 years from now, at the end of 2021, where do we end up? Look at that. That 17 fib level we talked about, that we hit in the previous high, well, it just so happens to be at end of November 2021. If I was to make a bold prediction, guys, this is what I'm gonna say. I think Bitcoin in that quarter 4 of 2021, we could see Bitcoin at over 300,000. I'm just gonna go say it right there. I think we could see it right there. And is this coincidence? I don't know, but it's damn sure interesting. All right. But anyways, guys, that's all for today. Think about it, watch the video, pause it, look at the charts. You can make the lines yourself. I hope you guys have a good weekend. Hope this was able to at least, you know, shake up the perspective you had on Bitcoin, and hopefully it gives you an idea of where we think it will go in the future. All right, so anyways, you guys have a good week until the next video. I think my next video is going to be on, I'm going to look at the total crypto cap market, the total crypto cap, because I do think that we're seeing a lot of signs in alts. I know I've been kind of been repeating myself, but I really do think we're going to see some relief in alts over the next few weeks, maybe months. And I think, you know, we'll make a video, we'll look at the charts, see what the charts tell us. And until next time, guys, you guys take it easy.